Obviously really excited. What a great win over a great football team. Youngstown is a top 10 team in our opinion, and had great resolve today. We've had a lot of adversity, and we told the guys, you just have to attack adversity and you have to be able to step up. When your number's called, you have to rise to the challenge, and everybody's counting on you in the locker room to get your job done. And we had a number of guys step up again today. I was so pleased with how we started the game, creating the turnovers, and then having some of that momentum and getting a couple of scores. I think when we were ahead 17-0 on a team that's struggling offensively, that's a tough blow to try to come back from. And so we were really pleased with the first half. And make no mistake, that's a dynamite defense that we played, and we probably did some things to them that other teams haven't done to them all year. So I was really pleased with some of the plays that we did make. Obviously, the time of possession in the offensive plays, that's a credit to them, because they were able to stay on the field, and we weren't able to get off the field. In the same respect, I really was pleased with the defense, the way we would not break and hold them to field goal attempts. So open up for questions.
Chase runs really explosive like that.
Yeah, we'd been lacking that. It was really important, and I don't know how, I'll have to see the film how they fit it, but Chase found a crack, and Chase's get better speed than a lot of people think, and he took it the distance, and that was a big jump start to us in the first quarter.
Did you guys change anything up defensively in the red zone? Because, 1 for 4 with 3 points, it just kind of seemed like you guys stepped up every time.
We kind of do what we do in the red zone. We're a combination of some zone and some pressures, but in the same respect, it's kind of what we've done for the last 9 weeks.
You described your special teams play today. I think you knew how good they were on that side of the ball. They had no returns.
Yeah, I think that's the best punt return team in FCS, and not only is the returner exceptional, but their scheme and the way they block it is exceptionally good. And two of the players of the game were Jackson Kuntz, because he was able to get hang time and eliminate a return and make him have a fair catch. And then Cam Peterson kicked the ball exceptionally well. And we played a lot of young guys on kickoff due to injury, but that was a huge factor in the game, because I'm so impressed with the way Youngstown returns kicks and punts, and that was something we emphasized all week.
Speaking of injuries, Chris Klieman.
I know it's sad to see. I don't know. We'll find out. It was a knee, obviously, and he was heading for an MRI, so we'll find out over the next probably 48 hours what's going on.
If he happens to be out, when does the injury start to stack up?
They're already stacking up, but nobody feels sorry for us. Next guy's got to step up, and Nate's an elite player. Nate's one of the best defensive tackles in FCS, and that hurt us in there not having him. But hats off to Morgan and Blake and Steidel and Jack Darnell. We had 4 guys that rolled in and played, and we're still going to play 4 guys, and those guys did a phenomenal job. But we're crossing our fingers with Nate, absolutely.
Did you roll more guys, rotate more guys, get more guys in?
We played 4 D tackles and I think 6 defensive ends.
What do you think it is about your defense able to hold teams out of the end zone, scoring points per game?
Yeah, it's so critical. If people are kicking field goals, I think you're going to win a lot of games, and you have to be able to hold people out. And the crowd played a factor. They had some false starts that they probably wouldn't typically have, and that obviously was a big thing. And then the fumbled snap late, that was probably to do with the crowd noise again. I think that was critical for us. But we just continue to emphasize red zone defense, and if you can hold teams to field goals, you have a great opportunity.
Trey Dempsey playing his best football in his time here.
Yeah, Trey's playing exceptionally well, and he's such a great leader for us, and he runs the show back there in the secondary, and I'm really pleased with Trey.
How important was it for you guys to be able to take advantage of the good field position and the turnovers early?
Well, it was critical. To be able to create 2 turnovers and get 10 points out of those, that in my mind was a difference in the game, because then they're playing catch up and probably did some things offensively that maybe they didn't want to do, but we forced them into that because of being down 17-0. And we needed every point. That's a great football team that we were able to beat today.
You described your offensive line play today. They really had little pressure on Easton for how good a defensive line that was.
Well, a couple times we didn't block 11 in that one sequence. He had 2 sacks, and he's a great player. But we needed to be able to run the football to be able to set up some of the play action in some of our bootleg and naked game, and that's when I think Easton's playing at his best when he can get out of the pocket. And we did just enough. I mean, we were 6 of 12, 89 yards. We did just enough, but like you said, we were able to run the football for 300 yards, and that's pretty impressive against 240. That's pretty impressive, 240 against that defense.
Did you see the FCS committee rankings, and what did you think of them?
I saw them. I don't have an opinion. There's so much football in front of us for the Valley teams that we know anybody can beat anybody, and I told our guys, don't pay attention to rankings and standings, and coaches don't either. We're just trying to go 1-0 this week again.
Coach, you guys, the last time you were at the Fargo Dome, bad taste in your mouth. A tough stretch now. You guys have had a nasty stretch of games. I mean, was this kind of a monkey off the back? Was it good to get back to home, win at home? Well,
it's always good to win anywhere in this league, but no, are we going to take a breath? No, then Indiana State will come in here and beat us. So we're going to enjoy it tonight, and then it's time to go back to work because we have the next one on the docket is Indiana State, and they could come in here and beat us. Just if we're not ready to play, anybody can beat anybody. Everybody knows that in this league.
You feel you're pretty set up here with 2 to go, though, that where you sit, you have pretty good standing in the Missouri Valley?
I don't know, Dom. There's 2 to go. We could easily end. I don't know what are we 5-1. We could end up 5-3. I know you guys not what you guys want to hear, but this league's too good.
Chris, you talked earlier in the week about your team having more fun. You got the early turnovers when you looked at your team on the sideline. Did you see that?
Absolutely. We had a lot of great energy. The guys were excited to be back at home. We were tired of playing at night and getting back home at 3 in the morning, and our guys had fun playing. We had a great prep week. We had a phenomenal week of practice. Our guys like to practice. They practice extremely hard, and then they enjoy playing, and that's something we've emphasized since the Western Illinois game, and our guys are having fun out there playing.
Do you know what Tanguy was saying to the defense after he was injured?
Just being the leader that Nate is, but no, I don't know specifics.